The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
And here's Jakeem Grant from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Looking to throw right away is Watson.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this is going to be intercepted. Watson picked by his former teammate Kareem Jackson. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football.
I really don't think you can fault the decision-making here because your offensive quarterback, they really had a big week last week, and you're ready for them to go again here. Not the anticipated result, of course, but you definitely understand why they did what they did. That quarterback's been hot. You want to keep the ball in his hands and see if he can keep the magic going.
In motion, Hill. After the turnover, it's Tua. He'll buy some time right. Open man downfield is Hill.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
In motion, Hill.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Tua. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle.
His 6th touchdown of the season.
And the Dolphins take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown.
And he just did get those feet in there on the side of the end zone. Well done.
Probably the exact size foot necessary, because I think if he had another half size, that catch doesn't count. And he's able to get it in, and it counts for a touchdown.
The two are going to try and throw for it.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head, because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Browns drive about to get started.
Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
Now a first down throw, Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
The Browns at 6-3 on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
From just shy of midfield, Watson. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. And this pass defense, they were sensational in the win last week, and they're looking good here so far in this first quarter.
You know, we often talk about how offenses get locked in, and that runs over multiple games where they're really, you know, in that zone. Defenses can be the exact same way, and I think we're seeing an example of it here.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Again, it's Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play that time for Cleveland. 41 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First carry for Nick Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Here's 2nd and 2 now from the 3.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Quan Alexander.
And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Well, I appreciate the aggressiveness trying to go for it there on 4th down, but you're in the red zone, had 3 points in your back pocket. Instead, Charles, they throw it away.
Certainly a big call to go for it on 4th down. As you said, in the red zone. Definitely going to cost them 3 points, and we'll see how that affects the game as time goes on.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far. Now that's a dangerous throw right there. Moving off to his right, throwing it all the way back across field to his left. I know he had a lot of confidence in his arm, but sometimes the ball can just hang up there when it goes that distance. He was fortunate it was just incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Tua. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker, complete.
On first down, Tagovailoa. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. On second and 10, Tua.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. After the interception, here's Watson. Completes it right side to Cooper.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
On first down, it's Watson. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter.
Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Dolphins will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That's going to be caught downfield by Hill.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 25 yards that time.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. 6-0 our score after one.
Here we go.
On 2nd and 9, Tua eluding the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play, and he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. Tua going to throw.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
Myles Garrett, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
Tua on 4th down.
And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10. Play action, now it's Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. And the slot man goes in motion left. To throw again on 2nd down. Tua. And oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And that will be incomplete.
Had an open man that time. They ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Okay, Frank.
They send Parker in motion left. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On 1st and 10, Watson. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Chubb is in. Touchdown, Cleveland. They go I formation. Fullback leads the way for the touchdown. Sort of a lost art, isn't it?
It really is, but sometimes when you're able to bring it back and use it against other teams, they're not prepared for it. They haven't seen it in a while, and now you gain an advantage, and we just saw that advantage result in a touchdown.
Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it, can't afford any more missteps, though.
Flushed out right. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. York now for the extra point. And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Taken at the goal line. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And not the first time that they're coming back out off of a turnover, but the last one really hurt Charles with that pick six.
And it feels like the whole team's infected right now, doesn't it? It's not just been one person. It's kind of been a group effort where the mistakes have happened. Can they put that aside, kind of start over, and put together a nice drive?
Throwing on second and long. Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be fourth down.
Now that's going to be a tough one to explain when they get together and watch the game film, isn't it? I mean, they had the right call, had the out route. He's got to know where the first down sticks are. Yet he steps out of bounds that close. Not their best play.
Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he will have a Dolphins first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. From the gun, it's Tua. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Tua setting up shop to throw again. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The line to gain is the 33 on third down. Here's Tua. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that would be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half with the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Tagovailoa going for it on fourth down. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And this defense will take over right at midfield. The Browns drive about to get started. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Watson picked by his former teammate Kareem Jackson. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the offense is going to get the ball back. After all that, heck, it'll be a first down. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. After the turnover, it's Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the third time. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top.
As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this 3rd quarter. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
They lose the yardage, and of course they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
Showed some solid running, strong running, and then he's corralled just beyond the 10. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And this will be... Now the ball comes loose. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Charles, he lost a fumble last week as well. So now back-to-back weeks, maybe you expect that from your tailback, but not him.
You're exactly right, because you work a lot with your running backs about how they have to protect the ball in traffic. But downfield, in open space, that's dangerous as well, because you may make someone miss, and their flailing hand can knock the ball away if you don't tuck it away.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's good decision-making right there. Understood down and distance. Knew it wasn't 3rd down, and he still had another opportunity to earn the 1st down. Good job throwing it away and avoiding an interception.
Throwing again is Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Now it's Watson. Flush to his right. On the run. He'll let this go deep right side. He's got a man. Complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Now Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Barton, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz.
34 yards.
And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is up to 15 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Off of play action. Tagovailoa. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
In motion, Hill. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They do go for it. It's Tagovailoa. It's hit. And the ball is knocked out. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Hey, I'm all about defense forcing plays and getting takeaways. But an interception and 2 fumbles in their last 3 offensive possessions.
Time to readjust?
Yeah, you can't just give all the credit to the defense on that. They've got to look in the mirror and take a blame themselves and figure out how to not do it anymore.
A good play there as the Browns strike for 16 and a first down. Off of play action, it's Watson. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Watson picked by his former teammate Kareem Jackson.
And the Dolphins are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Steps away to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
In motion, Hill.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
All right, let's go ahead and just add it up here. The last 3 drives, 2 fumbles and an interception. Somewhere, to paraphrase one of the great coaches of the NFL, they're asking on that sideline, what the heck is going on out there?
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Open man, that's Gesicki down the field.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
But the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
In motion goes the tight end. To throw on 2nd and 10.
Tua. That's caught. Waddle on the left side.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. Tua going to throw.
Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch.
Tua now on 1st down.
Open man is Waddle, complete.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. 15 yards there on the play as they try to chip away at this 15-point deficit. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
That false start knocks him back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, 1st and goal. 2 and a throw again. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Trying to run it with Patterson.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and this Browns defense stands tall. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Big stop on the turnover on downs to get the football back, and now it's just all about salting this one away.
Yeah, just slowly bleed the clock away. Clock's definitely on your side.
And now off to the races down the right side. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And over the middle, this is Parker. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Here's Tagovailoa on 1st and 10.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this 2nd half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
In motion, Hill. To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Tua.
He's going to look deep down the field. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And again, it's Tagovailoa. Open receiver here, complete. It's Parker.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants it.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward.
And the Browns are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
The Browns drive about to get started.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
He's got a man, complete. 20, 10. Touchdown, Browns. Amari Cooper. An 80-yard touchdown.
And the Browns are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds. So now the possession will begin at the 35 after the errant kickoff.
Well, that's certainly one way to avoid a dangerous kick returner, I suppose. But you are giving up extra yardage, that's for sure. Because if you put it out of the end zone, they start at the 25. So at a minimum, you're giving up 10 yards to the offense.
On first down, Tagovailoa.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Browns are going to take possession of the football.
Well, to be frank, CD, this is getting tough to watch. I mean, you feel for him, but 6 interceptions, that's at a whole new level. It's not a good level.
It makes it tougher and tougher to come up with ways to try and support him. But you have to as a team because you can't just throw your quarterback aside. You're going to need him later on. But it reminds me of a time that a former defense coordinator of mine told me he was in a game where his quarterback threw 7 interceptions. So after the 6th one of the defensive players went to the quarterback and said, here's what you do. Throw the ball to the other team, and let's see if our receivers can pick it off and turn it into a completion.
That's just mean. I don't know that I can go down there and say that. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And this offense on third down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Gonna let one fly for Robinson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
On first down, it's Watson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Juan Williams.
And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard. And they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll send Parker in motion right. On 2nd and 10.
Tua. This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 36. Here's Tua. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion brings us one snap closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
Tua setting up shop to throw again.
That's going to be caught by Waddle.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 14.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. 22 yards there, a first down. Now Tua. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the fourth quarter after that one, CD. And, well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
The Tua going to try and throw for it. That's caught, and he'll get in, and they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. So they're able to throw it in for the 2-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here, because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense, that's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
So the onside kick is recovered. And, you know, I always thought, Charles, as someone who didn't play these positions, that going over the middle as a receiver or trying to recover an onside kick, those are two very tough things to do.
It takes a lot of fortitude to put yourself in that position, but you have to do it in order to help your team win.
Unable to recover it, it costs them. The kicking team gets the football here. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 75. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. Tua. And now the pressure gets there, and he goes down. So he couldn't get rid of the football, and that deficit stays right where it is. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough.
Partner, so much for situational football, because that's the absolute last thing you want to do when you're protecting a lead in the fourth quarter. Not only do you lose yardage, but you find a way to go out of bounds and stop the clock.
And Watson's going to throw it here. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Despite the lead here in the fourth, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is caught, but he will not come anywhere close to the first down marker, and that gives us a turnover on downs. I know, without even asking, without even looking in your direction, that you are not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you had looked, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right. Right.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. This deep in your own territory. Look, I'm all for being unconventional. That part's cool, and I get it. But this deep, I just don't think it was the right time to make that call.
And they'll send the slot in motion left. Tua to throw. And he'll just get rid of it.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments, and anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Tagovailoa. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
He's going to let it fly.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
In motion, Hill.
Tagovailoa going for it on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Throwing now, Watson. This is caught. Touchdown. Allen Robinson, 33 yards.
And the Browns tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
On play action, here's Tua. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. The slot man in motion right. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. In motion, Hill. Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Again, they will throw it with Tagovailoa. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. In motion, Hill. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Grant Delpit. The number 7 usually lucky here. Not for him. 7 picks he's thrown in this game. That's only happened 6 times since 1960.
And I know that the most recent time it happened, the guy who threw him, he won a Heisman Trophy in college, so sometimes you just have a lousy game. Doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad career, but when you're talking about one game, 7, you're right, not lucky at all.
Yeah, Ty Detmer, the last to do it in 2001 to throw 7 picks. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win,